Tonight, raging waterfalls.
It's amazing.
Flooded roads.
The road was closed, and then we came around through Falls City, and the road's closed here.
And the water just can't dry up fast enough.
We need to run downstairs in the basement and start pulling everything up.
The area's hardest hit by this flood of trouble. Some rivers will not crest until 11 o'clock tonight. And good evening, I'm Monique Mingalavan.
I'm Steve Rabel. We have team coverage of the flooding. This hour, we're tracking floodwaters in the crest is forecast to be about 11 p.m., just shy of major flood stage. This is one of several roads in the Snoqualmie Valley that are still closed after all that rain.
Steve, we are on one of those roads right now, West Snoqualmie Valley Road. You can see this is absolutely covered in water. There's a golf course down here. Nobody can get to it right now. This road closed sign is one of just many in the area. When I arrived here at about 2 o'clock, this was actually in dry land, but the water has come up here quite a bit in all the last few hours. And again, the water here is still rising.
In the city of Snoqualmie, the worst of the flooding happened this morning. 3 cars on Pickering Court were underwater.
If that's the worst the flood gets, we're in good shape.
In Carnation overnight, rescuers helped the driver of this car get to safety. To prepare, farmer Marty Wheeler moved equipment to high ground.
We knew it was coming. The snow was early. When you get that kind of early weather, you're going to get early flooding.
The early morning rush of water over Snoqualmie Falls continued in daylight when people came to experience it for themselves.
It's amazing. It's incredible.
High water kept several roads in the Snoqualmie Valley closed for much of the day. All kinds of fields were flooded.
This is pretty incredible. The Falls City Little League field is totally underwater. A few steps more and it would be far too deep.
Drone footage from Christian Glennon shows the swollen Snoqualmie River. Outside Falls City, Andrew Strinick was also flying a drone to check out the flood.
This is definitely the top of the line flooding we have here. One year we had it completely wash out.
Well, in Falls City, the water is now receding, but here near Carnation, people still have a few more hours to wait for the crest. Live near Carnation, Graham Johnson, KIRO 7 News.
Okay, Graham. Residents just east of Stanwood in Snohomish County watched the water rise. KIRO 7's Deborah Horn continues our team coverage now live from Sylvana. Debbie.
Steve, we thought that you would be looking down this roadway at a road filled with water. But as you can see, all of that water is gone. Of course, that is good news here in Sylvana, where signs like these, the road closed sign, made getting around here pretty tough. This was much of Pioneer Highway here in Sylvana in the middle of this Tuesday afternoon. The roadway covered in several places with floodwater, the road closed sign forcing most drivers to turn around. But sadly, not all. For drivers like Kayla Scott, who heeded the signs, it made for a frustrating day just trying to get back home.
Oh yeah, my normal drive from Stanwood is maybe 10 minutes, if that. So for me to have to go almost 20 minutes out of my way to go home, thanks, rain.
Sylvana seemed to get the brunt of the floodwaters from the Stillaguamish. The National Weather Service said the river crested at nearly 18 feet late this morning. These photographs show just how much water covered the streets and fields here just east of Stanwood. County officials say this is a reminder to residents to be prepared.
Making sure you have a deep pantry. You can be prepared by making sure that you know how to get to and from your home. You can be prepared by signing up for Snohomish County alerts.
And then you can serenely watch whatever the fall weather brings. And what a difference an hour makes. We were looking at this field at 5 o'clock, and I have to tell you, there was a lot more water there than there is now. So indeed, the water is receding here in Sylvana. And it looks like if they have another day like this one, this first flood of the fall season may soon be a memory. Reporting live in Sylvana, Deborah Horn, Cairo 7 News.
Okay, how quickly do those memories come? Cairo 7 Chief Meteorologist Morgan Palmer joins us right now.
The waters are still rising in some places, but
Right.
you say this could now turn pretty quickly.
Right, exactly. Where Graham Johnson was in Carnation, the river is still rising. Just checking the Snohomish River, it appears we're having a crest there. If not right now, then in the next hour or so. This is the current state of our rivers that are still in flood. Now the Snoqualmie Falls River gauge crested this morning. Number 13 all-time record flow over the falls. That's why we had such incredible video from out there. Snoqualmie River right around Carnation, cresting at about 11 o'clock tonight, near major flood stage. And I'll be watching the Snohomish River at Snohomish. The minute-by-minute gauge information starting to tick down just in the past 15 minutes, so we could be seeing a crest right now. I'll be updating that in just a few minutes, along with our next chance of rain, which will not look like this last one, and a look ahead toward Halloween coming up.